The best of 7 match for the women's singles semi-finals between FENG Tianwei of Singapore on the right and Han Ying of Germany on the left.
From Singapore, FENG Tianwei.
And there's FENG Tianwei, world rank number 5. And the defensive player from Germany, Han Ying, world rank number 9.
From England is Neil Curtis.
Our head umpire from England. And from Italy, our assistant umpire. From Italy and from England, we should have a very fair match ahead. This is an outstanding matchup. FENG Tianwei, a very consistent player. And of course, Han Ying able to bring the ball back many times, so we can expect lots of long rallies. Very clever play from both players. That's what it's going to take. This is the first match of the day. It's early in the morning here in Qatar. Beautiful city. If you have a chance to come see Doha, enjoy the skyline, the water, and the 5-star hotels all around. These players are well slept and well practiced here early in the morning. FENG Tianwei, at 28 years old, is the most celebrated Singaporean table tennis player and arguably the most celebrated athlete in Singapore. If you fly Singapore Airlines, you can see her in newspapers in the backs of seats all over, constantly in the news. She was on the team in 2010 that beat China in the World Team Championships. Her and teammate Yu took down the Chinese, one of the biggest upsets in modern history. And Han Ying here, outstanding player, winning the Korea Open last year. Flawless form, outstanding attacks from the forehand side. Incredible footwork, chops from the backcourt. And good color coordination between shoes and shirt. Coach Shep from Germany, a very experienced defensive player herself. You see many strong choppers from the German team. Irene Vanchan, Han Ying, just 2 of the top. Coin toss has been assigned. FENG Tianwei using inverted rubber on both sides for steady blocking and spin shots. Han Ying using a traditional defensive rubber on the backhand, long pips. The ball continues to rotate as it hits. You see a lot of defensive play from that, and even some attacks from near the net and up at the table with the long pips.
From Singapore, FENG Tianwei, she is appearing in her 20th career ITTF World Tour Women's Singles Semi-Final. Previous record, she's won 13, lost 6, and gone on to be the champion 7 times. That is from Singapore, FENG Tianwei.
For those of you who weren't able to hear that clearly, this is the 20th appearance for FENG Tianwei in a World Tour semi-finals in the singles.
And she confronts from Germany, Han Ying. She's playing in her 5th ITTF World Tour Women's Singles semi-final. She has 1 win to her credit. That was last year when she progressed to win in Korea. That is from Germany, Han Ying.
And this is Han Ying's 5th semi-final in the World Tour. So it might seem like Han Ying is the less experienced player here, which is questionable, but at the same time, FENG Tianwei, top female in the world outside of China for many years, only recently being passed by Kasumi Ishikawa after a very strong performance in Thailand at the World Tour Grand Finals. In league play, both of these players have a lot of experience against each other, but only 2 times on the World Pro Tour. It was in 2012 at the Qatar Open, and in that match, Han Ying won 4-2. And the last time they played was in the Korea Open. That was in the finals. Han Ying played against FENG Tianwei and won in 4 straight games, 4-0. So, despite FENG Tianwei being the stronger player in world rankings, it's going to be a tough match, and these are some of our beautiful trophies. We've got $26,000 US being given away to the winner of women's singles. This is a best of 7 match. FENG Tianwei starting with the serve. Love all. Beautiful
One
angle
love.
inside out, takes it wide to the backhand right off the bounce, giving Han Ying no time to get ready. Han Ying has fast footwork, but a shot like that, it's going to be tough for anyone to get back.
Love 2.
And starting off with power, strong shots early on. It's going to be very difficult to keep up this performance. So much pace throughout the entire match. No reason not to start that way. A very similar sequence to the first point, but the rally continues as Han Ying breaks to the backhand side, anticipating well for the off-the-bounce smash. Feng Tianwei really putting her power into the shots whenever she sees the opportunity. Started the point patiently with some push shots. And the heavy chop deep on the table to the middle, the first time we've seen a forced error out of Feng Tianwei. And the first point for Han Ying in this match. And the long pips attack 2 times in that point. The finishing one was just overpowering and well placed deep into the corner. See some questions on the ITTF page about why people don't attack more with their long pips when they're choppers. I think the answer to that question is it's a very difficult shot to make, especially if you're not close to the table. When she finds the opportunity, she's going to put it away.
2-4.
Creating your own spin with long pips, very difficult. So the shot's much flatter. Creates a lower percentage attack shot.
2-5.
We got to see another long pips attack, but Feng Tianwei anticipating very well. You have to keep the face of the racket so open to return that ball because there's no topspin on it.
Six, 2.
Seeing Han Ying sort of settling into her game, working out the kinks. Again, Feng Tianwei has never beaten Han Ying. Not in a pro tour, not anywhere. Again, blocking the long pips attack, bringing it back, forcing a forehand attack out of Han Ying. Just a bullet off those long pips. The forehand loop you should expect to be a higher percentage shot.
Three, 7.
High ball deep on the table though, not an easy shot. Feng Tianwei just not lifting enough as it clips the top of the net.
Four, 7.
And this time the long pips were used with great placement right on the elbow of Feng Tianwei. Otherwise, Feng Tianwei has shown that she can block it back time and time again.
Seven, 5.
And neither player going to their towel. The second towel break opportunity this match. It's 3 points in a row for Han Ying. Now it's a 2-point game.
8, 5.
Smart play. Feng Tianwei has been known to work the angles on the table against anybody. And as a defensive player gets farther and farther from the table, they have more ground to cover. Well placed to both corners.
5, 9.
A nice 2-point run for Feng Tianwei to take the lead back to a more comfortable place, getting toward the end of game 1 for Feng Tianwei. And now it's 5 game points for Feng Tianwei to start off with a 1-0 lead over Han Ying of Germany. Well placed, changing the points on the table that are being hit. The last chop closer to the net, forcing Feng Tianwei to step in and take a shorter ball. Contacts the ball right at about table height. Still 4 game points left for Feng Tianwei. And that is it. Feng Tianwei powers through and takes first game 11-6 over Han Ying of Germany. Game 2 will be back just after this.
So in the women's singles semi-final, that is the first game to Feng Tianwei. She takes the first game, 11-6.
Time.
And the players are back for game 2. Han Ying is going to start off the game down 0 games to 1. Love all.
Love 1.
Patient play, persistence, and moving the ball around from Feng Tianwei to take the first point. Just missing wide. We can expect to see some spin variation, some tactic change after game 1. Han Ying was basically read like a book, completely comfortable. Feng Tianwei on the other side of the table, blocking the attacks with the long pips. Can expect some forehand attacks too out of Han Ying. Beautiful recovery from down near the ground, but the follow-up shot wide to the forehand just missed long. Defensive players varying their spins on the attack and on the defense. I think placement is going to have to change.
One, 3.
And right now it's all Feng Tianwei controlling the movement, pushing around Han Ying in the backcourt. There it is, waiting for a good opportunity to step in and flat hit the ball with the long pips. A defensive player often running back into the table, trying to stay as close as possible so they can be a threat, punish the high touch shot.
Three all.
And after such an angular shot deep on the table, Feng Tianwei forced to take another shot, spins it up long. Flat, fast return deep in the backcourt. Look at that reaction from Han Ying. 2 in a row, and it's tied up at 3 points each.
Four, 3.
This is the type of play we saw early in game 1 from Feng Tianwei. Getting the ball a little bit high, hitting it right into the body, forcing a higher shot. Almost more of a lob floating back from Han Ying. Feng Tianwei able to stay in control then.
Three-five.
And this strategy is working really well. Just pounding it right into the body. Second one, more and more, you can see Han Ying being driven back, having to raise that right elbow and try to get out of the way of the ball.
3-6.
In the forehand flat hit attempt. Han Ying has a very strong spin shot as well with the forehand inverted rubber.
Seven, 3.
And this is a very unlikely scenario, the start of this match. Feng Tianwei again lost 4-0 last time they played and has never beaten Han Ying in a recorded match as far as we know. Leading 7-3 in game 2.
7-4.
But this is far from over. This game 7-4. Just a 3-point game. We've seen comebacks. Feng Tianwei coming back from 1-7 in the Japan Open, scoring 10 points in a row. Heavy underspin serve inside out to the forehand side, half long. Fooling Han Ying. Defensive players rarely get fooled on serves.
Let. 4-8.
Well-placed chop. Feng Tianwei trying to work it back into the body, but it was low and deep on the table. A lot of pressure to play it down the middle. And Feng Tianwei powering shot after shot, trying to go wide to the corner, points to the middle, says one more shot to the middle. Placement's been very strong in the middle. Difficult ball from the backhand. Easiest shot is the one she went for. The length of the table, cross court.
Eight, 7.
Very unusual. Left hand still up in the air from Han Ying. Almost wondered if there was an attempted call or something happened. Either way, from 7-3, 4 of the last 5 points have been won by Han Ying. Han now 1-point game and the timeout is called. Coach Jing Junhong from Singapore. Again, very experienced coach who's been doing this with the Singaporean team for quite some time. Feng Tianwei has had trouble against choppers in the past. Se Hyo-won knocked her out of the World Tour Grand Finals in Thailand just before the new year. And now the experience of Coach Shep, defensive player. A lot of conversation there. You can see Han Ying is clearly frustrated about certain shots not working out for her.
Time.
As we've seen watching, the shots to the middle of the body have been a bit difficult for Han Ying to keep low and flat. Naturally, but it seems like something that maybe with footwork, turning on the ball, she's gonna have to make some adjustment.
8,
and in the
7.
last 5 points, so far so good for Han Ying. Beautiful shot inside out to finish an epic rally. Feng Tianwei playing patiently, spinning, finding the opportunities to flat hit, and really testing Han Ying on the defense. We saw more fishing than we've seen. Topspin shots deep on the table time after time from the forehand of Han. And finally, look how wide that ball is exiting the side of the table.
Eight, 9.
She's trying to calm herself down. Shot selection and timing. Going big when she sees the opportunity, but not pushing it, forcing it when it's not there. Looked like a good opportunity. Feng Tianwei probably knows best other than Coach Ying. And that's a big shot. 2 out of the last 3 points since the timeout have gone in the favor of Feng Tianwei. Seems to be a successful timeout so far. Still, she's got to win this game. Keeping the ball nice and low. Heavy topspin. Now 2 game points for Feng Tianwei. And a lucky edge off the side of the table. Feng Tianwei takes it 11-8, and we're going into game 3 with the 2-0 lead for the upset. Stick around for game 3.
So that is the second game in this women's singles semi-final to Feng Tianwei. Second game 11-8. She leads by 2 games to 0.
高调地板拉哪就没看没什么好的动作，那个简直拉下去。那错了一般的话，从他自己发挥小人还是要坚定，有机会的话放了球。很底线的这个球，有时候不好打的话，我宁可拉一下，没问题，好不好？啊，坚定就对了啊！啊，你扣杀的时候自己稍微腰鼓一点，别放大手，这个地方稳住一点就行。好，加油！
As the players come back for game 3, Han Ying is down 0 games to 2. Tying her shoe to make sure everything is right. Feng Tianwei again has the better world ranking at world rank number 5, but has never won a match against Han Ying. Is 2 games in the lead right now. Love all.
Love one.
And that's the forehand topspin we predicted a bit earlier. From off the table, we saw some fishing last game. Stronger attack, mid-distance play. Han takes the first point against serve. Outstanding point. Han Ying varying the spins, throwing a little side spin on some of her chops. Coming in for the flat hit near the table with the backhand. Feng Tianwei, a good opportunity to finish the point coming back in, but it's very jarring. The placement of that ball. Well played, wide to the forehand side from Han. Lucky edge for the first point for Feng Tianwei. Finished last game with an edge ball. Make it 11-8. Coming into this game, Feng Tianwei has scored 22 points and 14 on the side of Han Ying.
2-1.
This is the first start of the game where Han Ying has the lead. He's been down 3-1 first 2 games.
1-3.
And sometimes a heavy chop, when touched softly, still, because it's rotating so fast, really digs into the rubber and flies off, difficult to control, especially to the short side of the table. Very fine touch shot that we've been seeing from Feng Tianwei. And that's the second time she's fooled Han with that serve. It's the inside-out serve short to the forehand. Han having trouble getting under that ball and reading the spin. Recognizing it as the first step.
Four-two.
The defensive play outlasting Feng Tianwei. Strong serve to earn a nice high third ball to start. Feng Tianwei varied it, took a little bit of spin off, so this time Han Ying was prepared to get under it. And there was less to get under. Top of the net, but it stays on her side. Patient play from Feng Tianwei near the net. In the longer push rallies, Feng Tianwei always looking for the attack opportunity. Outstanding defensive play from Han deep in the backcourt. We saw topspin started with some attacks in that rally. And to get that one back, just amazing. Feng Tianwei really getting a full arm into those last three shots. The final ball bending away to the backhand corner. Just too well placed. Not easy to finish a point against a world-class defender. Counter loop from the forehand side. First time we've seen a point played this way from Han. A very effective tool she's going to hopefully be using more and more in this match. She's going to be coming back. Of course, Feng very comfortable blocking inverted loop shots. That's her game. That's what she plays probably 90% of the time. Wider and wider to the backhand. Feng Tianwei exploiting the middle and then working it wide to the backhand has been very successful so far. Of course, this is happening with her right next to the table. She lets the ball drop a few inches. It's going to be way too tough to make these shots. The footwork getting right in near the table. Tied back up, 5 each.
Six-five.
High ball. Seems juicy, easy to crush. Feng Tianwei has been successful most of the time this match with that shot. That ball not quite as high as some of the past chops. Feng Tianwei getting a little fancy there, trying to hit inside out on the short side of the table. Very difficult to hit inside out shot, but if you're going to do it against the defender, against the top spin shot is the time. Much tougher to do that against a chop. Feng taking her towel break here, 12 points into the game.
5-8.
And despite the high receive, it was close to the net and out in front. Difficult ball for Feng Tianwei to get to. Han in a good position to take this game right now, up 3 points. The backhand spin shot out wide to the forehand side. You won't see as many backhands as far as attacks go against choppers in general. Usually a player has a lot more time when the opponent, the defender, is far from the table to turn around and get the powerful spin shot in with the forehand.
9-6.
Feng Tianwei fighting to come back in game 3. Looked like we saw the can't put much spin on the ball. A little bit more difficult to control in that sense. Big point for Han Ying. Could have been a 1-point game and 3-point run for Feng Tianwei. Han now has 3. Nice and close to the net. Han Ying takes it 11-7 in game 3, and this is becoming quite a match. 1-2, game 4, just after this break.
So this leads third game to Ying. First 2 games to Feng Tianwei. Feng Tianwei leads by 2-1.
Level.
And we're back for game 4. Han Ying with the serve.
1-love.
And Han, after taking the last game, starts off game 4 with the first point. It turns out she's using short pips on the backhand. Helps with some of the attacking shots and confidence.
Love 2.
The big dangling ball in the middle of the table, Feng Tianwei not able to connect with. Her percentages were high in the first game especially. Winning 11-6, playing a very aggressive game. Han Ying varying the spins and the locations on the table. Takes the first 2 points of the game.
One, 2.
The miss hit from Han Ying catches the edge of the blade. Feng on the board now with her first point. You can see the way Feng sort of wrapped around that, closed on the inside of the ball just a little bit, causing some bend in the miss hit.
Three, 1.
Deep chop, lighter spin. Feng Tianwei lifting too much. Again with the self-coaching saying, come over the ball, don't need to lift that much. You see that shot, good opportunity. Put the aggressive attack on.
3-2.
Well placed in the middle. Han Ying choosing the forehand side of the racket to take that shot. And
3-all.
ball sounds like the ball cracked on that shot.
Broken. Ball's broken.
Han Ying is saying yes, of course. The ball
Yes,
perfectly
broken.
placed into the middle of the body.
That is a let. Okay.
Because you were too late.
No matter. No. Let. Thank you. New ball.
They're going to be playing a let. Point does not count.
No.
Feng Tianwei having a conversation with the
Always a let.
umpire.
No, the ball was broken when she hit it. It is a let. Sorry.
Head umpire saying the ball was broken when Feng Tianwei hit the ball. I mean, when Han Ying hit the ball. That's a tough call. I mean, it didn't look on screen like Han Ying made good contact with that ball. Like possibly the ball broke hitting the wood of the blade, hitting the edge,
3-2.
which would cause the break in the first place, and the shot's very unlikely to make it if it hits the edge.
Five.
3-all.
And you could hear the heart behind that from Feng. After losing a decision like that on the broken ball point, you definitely want to come back and win the point. Give it to your opponent. Know that it hasn't sunken into your head, affected your sports psychology out here.
Four.
4-3.
And Feng is fired up. We haven't heard such vocalization this match from her. Could be related to the call, but she definitely has a fire lit inside her. Top of the
3-5.
net and on the table, followed up by a big shot right into the body. It's been a run from Feng Tianwei from down 3-2. The power shot into the body again. Outstanding
4-5.
point. Feng Tianwei recovering a topspin ball wide to the forehand, just barely even getting there for it. And then starting the point back over, playing deep into the body, and then deep into the backhand corner. But it's Han Ying with the inverted chop that takes the point. 1 point game as Han's trailing.
出来。
6-4.
We saw the serve off the short pips side of the racket from Han. Again, that the short pips correction is probably what explains the control on the serve. More control than if it were long pips. Still a bit different than if it were inverted, causing some confusion sometimes on the side of the receiver. Coach Shep watching as her player trails by 2 points and 1 game. Feng almost
6-5.
recovering an edge ball. Bit of a break for Han, although Feng had 2. 1 to take game 2, and then the first point of game 3. Sometimes a defensive player will contact the ball from below the table, making it difficult to read.
6-all.
And a well-placed chop shallow on the table. Feng Tianwei a little bit careless with the open face of the racket. Tries to go for some side spin out to the backhand corner. Just long and wide. Understandable disappointment.
Stop!
7-6.
Feng Tianwei cannot afford to be losing in the push rallies close to the table. It's a 3-point run for Han Ying from down 4-6. Well, that was quite an experience seeing that point from above. Really get to see the angles that are played on the table, not just Feng Tianwei, but that Han Ying really moving the ball around, forehand, backhand, changing the depth. Both players, like a chess match in real time. It's a lot of work for Feng Tianwei. Tied up at 7 each, Feng with 2 serves.
Seven, 8.
And after the inside-out forehand to the backhand corner, tries for down the middle again. The big celebration there as Han plays it deep to the middle. Feng trying to crush it down the middle the way she had the first game. It's getting tougher and tougher as Han's really simmering down. Power shot to the middle. And a difficult job Feng has right now is staying loose to keep all this power. It's easy to tense up. Been working so hard to loop and smash so many shots. The arm just gets tight, slows down as the match continues. That's what physical conditioning is all about, and Feng Tianwei is showing that she's up to the task. Point for point, getting deep in game 4, 8-all. Big shot deep on the table, and she's fired up still. Chola. 2 points away from taking this game. Very well played, bringing the chopper in and out. Now the timeout is called. The side of Han Ying. Coach Shep. It's clear Feng Tianwei bringing in Han for 1 shot. And this is a common thing you see against defensive players. Loop 1, maybe 2, and then leave it short on the table. And while they're in at the table, the ball has less rotation on it. You have a better idea. You can put more power on it. Plus, you have the defensive player near the table. Of course, easier said than done. World rank number 5 getting some advice from Coach Ying. Possibly varying the touch shots from up near the table. And when she gets Han Ying up in close to the table, hitting it right into the body should be effective. Those are the Portuguese fans. You can see the flags from yesterday's hold-up. And by hold-up, I mean the flags are being held up. Everything is safe and dandy here.
8-9.
But not for Han Ying, trailing 8 points to 9. Huge point. Feng Tianwei has 2 game points to go up 3-1.
10,
And the consistent
9.
defensive play giving several chops back to the forehand attack of Feng. We saw a lot of touch shots early in the rally, a lot of patient play. But 3 loops in a row, and it's the middle of the table. That's the short shot. Still 1 game point left for Feng with the serve. And the big down the middle shot again going long, and we're tied up at deuce in game 4. From the middle of the table, it's a powerful shot, but it's the lowest percentage as it is the shortest distance on the table from the middle down the middle. 2 points in a row, Han Ying. And after the break off the top of the net, Feng Tianwei is not able to take the point. Recovery chop from Han Ying, and now she has game point. 3 points in a row to come back. And that's the bottom of the net. Feng Tianwei looked like she was still busy re-gripping her blade. And it's the middle of the table that is hurting right now as Feng Tianwei misses the shot long, and a 12-10 win for Han Ying to tie it up 2 games each. Stick around for game 5 just after this break.
So it's the 4th game of this women's singles semi-final. Goes with Han Ying, top 10. Overall score in the match is now 2-game draw.
Fifth game. Feng to serve. Lovell.
And we're back for game 5, where Feng Tianwei has the serve after losing 4 straight points from up 10-8 in game 4. Is starting off game 5.
Let. Lovell. Love 1.
Those shots are so deep on the table. The fishing shot right on the baseline, followed up by the chop to the backhand side. That's 5 straight points for Han Ying, continuing from last game's streak to come back against 2 game points. Break off the top of the net. I know when I'm in that position, I'm thinking, why couldn't that have happened when I was up 10-8? I don't think that's really helpful to the play, and professionals really have their head in the game.
1-2.
It's rare for us to see points end this quickly, especially with Feng Tianwei not going for the kill. Putting a little extra spin on with the short pips deep to the forehand side after the push exchange, followed by the first attack. 2 everything. Games, points, players. And that ball was just
3-2.
high enough. Feng Tianwei able to find the middle. The follow-up right there. And the ball gets up. Getting Han Ying tripping up a little bit in the backcourt.
3-all.
A lot of trouble picking up the ball here. Could be nerves. Both players very tense out there, trying to stay loose.
3-4.
And you can hear it. Players don't scream like that if they're not pumped up inside. Blood boiling. Still just game 5 in this best of 7.
All. 5-4.
And that serve has been very effective throughout the match. Short to the forehand with the reverse serve. Early on, we saw some heavy underspins, light top spins, popping it up for the third ball attack, as you just saw.
Five all.
Very baseline of the table. Deep, heavy chop, tied up at 5 points each. And it's the middle again. The kicking shot from down low, fishing, a little bit of side and top as it jumps out and mishit by Feng Tianwei. Bounced just a little bit up and out. Feng trying to play it wide to the backhand. Very difficult shot. It's been working well when Feng Tianwei can make it, which she did early in the match many times. There it is, the wide to the backhand. Bringing Han into the table and then putting the pressure on as she's backing away. That touch shot over the table, just outstanding. Would have bounced twice if Han didn't get it from over the table. Again, tied up at 6 points each.
7-6.
Saw an apology from Feng Tianwei. We'll watch it again and try and see what the apology was for. Not quite sure. Outstanding recovery from deep in the backhand court. Feng Tianwei with an excellent shot, wide, hard. This one right here. And then in close to the net, but it's loaded with spin at full extension. Han Ying bringing it back deep enough on the table to get right back in the point. That is satisfaction from some hard work and still tie game. And watching that, you almost wonder if there was an injury. Han Ying going down to the ground completely, but still coming back up from below the table chopping to win the point. can be distracting when you're on the other side of the table and you think a player has fallen. You still have to continue the point. You never know. Now 1 point lead for Han.
7-9.
And this is the first pull ahead we've seen in a while. It's been back and forth the whole game. Feng Tianwei trying to take 2 serves right now to tie it up.
Seven, 10.
Top of the net now down the middle of the table. It's been a struggle for Feng Tianwei as Han has 3 game points to go up 3 games to 2. And a break off the back edge of the table. It's Han Ying who takes it 11 points to 7, is leading 3 games to 2. Game 6 back just after this break.
So that is the 5th game to Han Ying. She takes the 5th game 11-7. She now leads by 3 games to 2.
Sixth game. Hand to serve. Level.
We're back for game 6, where Han Ying has won the last 3 games straight.
Love 1.
Both players have been fiery since the call in game 3 with the broken ball.
One all.
Again off the top of the net now, down the middle, from the middle. Feng Tianwei often playing middle and backhand. It's a good strategy, it's just a very difficult shot to make. Feng Tianwei might have to play a little bit of spin first and earn herself a higher ball, shorter. Occasionally bring Han Ying in. And to recover
1-2.
that edge ball and not win the point, that's a lot of work. Feng Tianwei, outstanding recovery on the wide forehand edge. And gets an edge of her own on the edge of the blade for the miss hit to lose the point. And grunt after grunt, Han Ying not able to bring back the last forehand. Feng Tianwei getting full arm extension. She's not thinking about the finals yet. She's thinking about winning the semifinals, winning this game. But every single shot has got to be super stressful on that arm and shoulder. There's a conversation here happening. I think it's a new ball they're introducing. Again, the 40-plus balls still early in their production. So some of them are breaking a little quicker, but as they develop and get more
2-all.
steady and stable, they'll be lasting longer and longer. So we're tied up at 2 points each in the 6th. Too good, too wide. That ball's
2-3.
not coming back. Feng Tianwei working hard to earn that shot. It was not a bad chop from Han Ying. In just a little bit, and Feng Tianwei rounds the corner to play it as wide as possible, just out of reach.
Four-two.
And the wince and the sound effect from Han Ying. It's a 2-point lead for Feng Tianwei early in game 6. Reminding herself to bring in the forehand attack.
5-2.
And she puts a bit of topspin on it that time, but a lucky break off the top of the net for a 3-point lead from Feng Tianwei.
Three-five.
In a more patient rally, Feng Tianwei trying to spin the ball, play a little shorter, maybe waiting for the opportunity to pounce on it and hit it down the middle. That was the opportunity. She tried to play it in the middle. Big shot, full arm
3-6.
extension again after a long patient rally from Feng Tianwei. We really saw her getting her back into it early in the rally, leaning back, spinning it up. The finishing shot, that's the full arm, out wide to the forehand side.
Six-four.
Forehand middle-ish of the table. Floating chop, looped long. Deep on the table, not quite as heavy spin. Again, the short pips varying up the spin well from the backhand side. Han Ying on screen right now.
Seven-four.
We've seen Feng Tianwei lose leads like this in this match before.
Five-seven.
And recoveries from Han Ying after the blasting forehand in the middle of the table. There were a few chops in that rally. There's one of them where the arm comes straight up afterwards. It almost looks like calling a let, but of course it's not. It's just a very unusual follow through on a chop. It only comes up on different placement, very specific shots. We saw it 2 times in that last rally. Outstanding play,
5-8.
anticipated well from Han Ying, breaking out to get the widest backhand shot we've seen yet. Feng Tianwei has been very efficient playing against the topspin shots from the forehand side that Han Ying brings back. Break off the back edge of the table for a 9-5 lead.
9-5.
Points getting more and more critical. Very edge of the table, Han Ying still coming close.
Ten 5.
And right into the body off the hand. Well placed at his 5 game points for Feng Tianwei to take this to a 7th and deciding game. And that is it, the high ball. Feng Tianwei is sending us into a decisive Game 7 just after this. 11-5, don't go anywhere.
We need more balls. We need another ball.
So the 6th game goes the way of Feng Tianwei. It's 6th game, 11-5. It's 3 games all. The vital concluded 7th game.
Seventh game, Feng to serve, love all.
And there's some of our Qatari players.
Love 1.
Game 7 has started off. First point going to Han Ying. Again, Feng Tianwei has never beaten Han Ying. And after being up 2-1, almost 3-1, losing 3 games in a row, won the last 11-5. We're in Game 7. Outstanding footwork again. Han Ying breaking way wide to the backhand side after the high ball. Feng Tianwei, how much work does she have to do to win a point? So it makes Han Ying number 9 player in the world. And a crushing backhand off the long pips from close to the table. We haven't been reminded of that threat from earlier in the match. It's been a few games since we've seen a backhand long pips attack. A reminder to Feng Tianwei that she has to worry about leaving the ball too high in the defensive over-the-table shots.
1-3.
Spinning it out to the forehand side, the inverted rubber. The fishing shot goes long, and it's the first point for Feng Tianwei. Now just trailing by 2 as she has the serve. Beautiful soft touch shot from over the table. Feng Tianwei, you could see the way she just caressed the ball and pulled back nice and short, and then follows up with the fast shot into the body. Brilliant combo. Han Ying has been defending very well against it throughout the match, but typically a great strategy against a defender.
Net. 2-3.
Stop!
4-2.
A big break again for Han Ying. A little bit high to the middle, a little more shallow on the table. Feng Tianwei coming in for the crush shot. It's very difficult to flat hit through a chop, especially a heavy one.
Four, 3.
Well placed on the turnaround forehand from the backhand corner. Was down 3 points to 0, now within 1 point. Won 3 of the last 4 points. Feng Tianwei trailing. Han Ying up 4-3. And that's a big break for Feng Tianwei. The high ball short to the forehand, or the backhand side rather, with the long pips. Han Ying has been very effective with the shot, and the percentages have been high. Early in the match, Feng Tianwei able to block many of those back. As the match progressed, Han Ying getting more specific with her placement. Off the top of the net, now the players are going to switch sides, where Feng Tianwei is trailing 4 points to 5. The top spin shot deep on the table. Proper defensive play with top spin. The fishing shot has to be deep on the table with top spin kicking away.
4-5. 5-all.
Well placed right into the body, followed up with the wide backhand, almost coming around the net on the backhand chop. And we're tied up again. 5 points each. Han Ying with the serve.
Five, 6.
Feng Tianwei has been searching for that middle, trying to play it in combination, followed by the backhand all day long. When she makes it, it's her greatest threat. Popped up ball by Han Ying again. And after fighting and recovering a net ball, Feng Tianwei playing the middle after the middle and nothing more but the middle. Even off the fishing shot here. It's a tough ball from down low. Han Ying not making the shot she was earlier this game. 2 point lead for Feng Tianwei. And from on the ground, Han Ying still watching. Looked like she thought the point was over. Just waiting on the ground, got back up late, but managed to win the point. That's a huge break for Han Ying. And a painful loss of a point for Feng Tianwei, as you could see.
7-all.
Ball popped up a little bit, but deep on the table, and it's a break for Han Ying. Right back in at 7 points each. Near the baseline makes it difficult. Smaller window of opportunity for Feng Tianwei, even on the high ball. And a huge
7-8.
block after the ripping backhand long pips, a second show. Feng Tianwei staying in this point. That's gonna finish most points, and that block back so deep on the table.
Eight all.
And again, point for point, Han Ying will not lie down. Both coaches watching deeply in anticipation. There's no relaxing, there's no resting, and there is no ease for anybody involved in this match. It could go either way right now. And it barely nicked the edge of the table. Feng Tianwei apologizing. The faintest of edges. From that angle, very difficult to tell. Feng Tianwei with a quick apology, though. 1 point lead, second serve. Haven't seen the short to the forehand side serve in a long time. And a beautiful wide inside-out shot deep to the backhand, and it is 2 match points for Feng Tianwei to take down Han Ying for the first time in recorded history. After a long serve to the backhand to start the rally, that's 2 in a row from the middle backhand side. And a break off the top of the net.
9-10.
Han Ying spilling out on the table completely to make that shot. It is a 1-point game. The drama is so high, music only feels right now. Still one more match point left against Han Ying with the serve. And she's done it, she's tied it back up. Deuce in the 7th. Defended everything from loops to 2 match points. It's still not over. The middle of the table has been a gift and a curse. I guess the middle of the table has been the gift, the top of the net in the middle has been the curse. Feng Tianwei with the serve at deuce in the 7th. And after a huge ripping shot cross court to the backhand, Han Ying is able to bring it back and force one more. And now it's match point for Han Ying. 3 straight points, while Feng Tianwei's had 10. Just barely missing the back. And that is it.
Game
Han Ying of
12-10
Germany, with 1 foot in the grave, climbs back out. 12-10 in the 7th. What a comeback, and she continues the streak. The world rank number 9 takes down world rank number 5. Third time, 3-0. Han Ying will be moving on to the women's singles finals. What a match. Stick around because we got another match coming up just after this.
12-10. That is Han Ying through to the women's singles final later this afternoon.